press pause and answer the question.
All right, you're at an amusement park, and then there's these different rides. There's a tilt-a-whirl and a roller coaster and so forth. And here's a map of it. And so here's you. You're in the middle of the square between these four rides: the tilt-a-whirl, the roller coaster, the bungee drop, and the concession stand. And you're in the middle of all that. And this one here is at negative 40, 60. This one here is at negative 100, 0. And so we have a sense of these two coordinates. And the entrance is at 0, 0. And so you're right here. You're in the middle of the rectangle that's formed between these four. And so the question is, how far are you to the nearest meter from the park entrance? So I think it's pretty good if you have some scrap paper just to kind of write that out. So it's going to look something like this. You're right here in the middle, and there's this rectangle that's right here. And here is negative 40, 60. And here is negative 100, 60, and here is negative 100, 0, and here is negative 40, 0. And then way over here is the entrance to the park, and that's at 0, 0. Now, the first thing you might note is that we need to find the midpoint of the rectangle, and we can do that exactly like you think we can. So we can take the average of two of the x values, and we can take the average along here, and we can take the average of two of the y values along here, and we can come up with the midpoint. So we can take these two, negative 40 and negative 100. We could figure out the average by taking the two x coordinates and finding the average, and that would also be over here at negative 70. But we have 30 here, and we have 30 here because we have 60 total. So this is going to be at negative 70 for its x. And then if we look over here, this goes between 0 and 60, so that midpoint is going to be 30 up from the y-axis. So it'll be negative 70, 30. Now, what we want to do is we want to figure out the distance here. And of course, you can use the formula for finding out the distances between 2 points, which looks something like this, but I always prefer to use the Pythagorean Theorem if possible. So we have 40 here and 30 here, so we have a distance here of 70. And we have a distance here of 30. So if we're trying to figure out x squared equals 70 squared plus 30 squared, because a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then we can take 70 squared and 30 squared on our calculator, and we have that x squared is equal to 5,800. And then we can take the square root of both sides, and we have x is equal to the square root of 5,800, and x is approximately then equal to 76 meters. So that's our correct answer, 76 meters, this one.